This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 113, 6 Things Happy People Never Do by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com.
Get ready to maximize your potential with Optimal Living Daily, the podcast that brings you the best in personal development and productivity every day of the week. Your optimal life awaits. Now here's your host, Justin Malik.
Hello, and welcome to Optimal Living Daily, the podcast where I read to you from blogs, chapters from books, and anything else I can get my hands on legally that I know will optimize your life. I have a brand new author, or actually authors, to join OLD, and that is Marc and Angel of Marc and Angel Hack Life, also known as marcandangel.com. They have a massive blog, and really quickly I'll tell you a little bit about them. Marc and Angel are professional coaches, full-time students of life, admirers of the human spirit, and have been recognized by Forbes magazine as having one of the most popular personal development blogs. They spent the last decade writing about and teaching proven strategies for finding lasting happiness, success, love, and peace. And the goal of the blog is to give you the tools to identify and transform the limiting beliefs that keep you stuck. And currently, the site contains over 700 articles on happiness, productivity, emotional intelligence, relationships, and general self-improvement. And they have over 100 million page views and 100,000 subscribers since their start in only 2006. So yeah, I'll have plenty of content to choose from. And the one I picked today is one of their most popular ones. And I think that's enough of an intro. So let's hear from the Marc and Angel blog for the very first time and start optimizing your life. 6 Things Happy People Never Do by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design into the present. Happy people do a lot of things. They spend time expressing gratitude, cultivating optimism, practicing kindness, nurturing loving relationships, committing to meaningful goals, savoring life's little pleasures, and so on and so forth. But they never, number one, mind other people's business. Forget about what others are doing. Stop looking at where they are and what they have. Nobody is doing better than you because nobody can do better than you. You are walking your own path. Sometimes the reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind-the-scenes circumstances with everyone else's public highlight reel. We listen to the noise of the world instead of ourselves. So stop the comparisons, ignore the distractions, listen to your own inner voice, mind your own business. Keep your best wishes and your biggest goals close to your heart and dedicate time to them every day. Don't be scared to walk alone and don't be scared to enjoy it. Don't let anyone's ignorance, drama, or negativity stop you from being the best you can be. Keep doing what you know in your heart is right for you, because when you are focused on meaningful work and at peace within yourself, almost nothing can shake you. Angel and I discuss this in more detail in the Passion and Growth chapter of 1,000 Little Things Happy Successful People Do Differently. Number 2, seek validation of self-worth from others. When you are content to simply be yourself without comparing and competing to impress others, everyone worthwhile will respect you. And even more importantly, you will respect yourself. How are you letting others define you? What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Truth be told, no one has the right to judge you. People may have heard your stories and they may think they know you, but they can't feel what you are going through. They aren't living your life, so forget what they think and say about you. Focus on how you feel about yourself and keep walking the path that feels best under your feet. Those who accept you are your friends. Those who don't are your teachers. If someone calls you something and it's true, it's not your problem because it's true. If someone calls you something and it's not true, it's not your problem because it's not true. Either way, whatever they call you is not your problem. What other people call you is their problem. And what you call yourself and who you decide to become is your problem. Number 3, rely on other people and external events for happiness. Unhappiness lies in that gap between what we have now and what we think we need. But the truth is, we don't need to acquire anything more to be content with what we already have. We don't need anyone else's permission to be happy. Your life is magnificent, not because someone says it is, or because you have acquired something new, but because you choose to see it as such. Don't let your happiness be held hostage. It is always yours to choose, to live, and experience. As soon as you stop making everyone and everything else responsible for your happiness, the happier you'll be. If you're unhappy now, it's not someone else's fault. Take full responsibility for your own unhappiness. You'll instantly gain the ability to be happier. Stop seeking in vain to arrange conditions that will make you happy. Simply choose to appreciate the greatness that is yours in this moment, and the right conditions will start to line up around the contentment you seek. The greater part of your happiness or unhappiness depends upon your outlook and not upon our situation. Even if things aren't perfect right now, think of all the beauty still left around you. A good reason to smile is always one thought away. Choose to tap into it anytime you like. Read The Gifts of Imperfection. Number 4, hold on to resentment. Let today be the day you stop being haunted by the ghosts from your past. What happened in the past is just one chapter in your story. Don't close the book, just turn the page. We've all been hurt by our own decisions and by others, and while the pain of these experiences is normal, sometimes it lingers for too long. Feelings of resentment urge us to relive the same pain over and over, and we have a hard time letting go. Forgiveness is the remedy. It always allows you to focus on the future without combating the past. To understand the infinite potential of everything going forward is to forgive everything already behind you. Without forgiveness, wounds can never be healed and personal growth can never be achieved. It doesn't mean you're erasing the past or forgetting what happened. It means you're letting go of the resentment and pain, and instead choosing to learn from the incident and move on with your life. Number 5, spend prolonged periods of time in negative environments. You can't make positive choices for the rest of your life without an environment that makes those choices easy, natural, and enjoyable. So protect your spirit and potential from contamination by limiting your time with negative people and the environments they inhabit. When other people invite you to act like victims, when they whine and moan about the unfairness of life, for example, and ask you to agree, to offer condolences, and to participate in their grievances, walk away. When you join in that game of negativity, you always lose. Even when you're alone, create a positive mental space for yourself. Make it a point to give up all the thoughts that make you feel bad, or even just a few of them that have been troubling you, and see how doing that changes your life. You don't need negative thoughts. They are all lies. They solve nothing. All they have ever given you is a false self that suffers for no reason. Read Buddha's Brain. Number 6, resist the truth. It is a certain death trap when we spend our lives learning how to lie, because eventually these lies grow so strong in our minds that we become bad at seeing, telling, and living our own truth. Lives come apart so easily when they have been held together with lies. If you resist the truth, you will live a lie every day as the truth haunts your thoughts every night. You simply can't get away from your truth by moving dishonestly from one place to the next. So don't bend, don't water it down, don't try to hide the truth with deception. Don't edit your own soul according to the fashion of what's popular. It is better to offer no explanation or excuse than a false one. It takes courage and strength to admit the truth, but it is the only way to truly live. Accept what is, embrace it fully, and live for the possibilities that lie ahead. Your turn. What would you add to the list? What's something you should not do if you want to be happy? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. You just listened to the post titled 6 Things Happy People Never Do by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. And in the post, he mentioned their book, 1,000 Little Things Happy Successful People Do Differently. So definitely check that out. There's a ton of actionable info in there, and I'll have it linked in the show notes on oldpodcast.com, and you can see it in the episode description. And while you're there at oldpodcast.com, you can help support this show by simply joining my free weekly newsletter. It shows me that you're interested in hearing more. Plus, you get free stuff from me immediately and be entered to win a book every single month. So to join, again, visit oldpodcast.com, or you can text the word optimal to the number 44222. And I think that's it. I want to give a huge thank you to both Marc and Angel, because I now have a ton of more content and posts to choose from that I know will be valuable for you, the listener, and for me personally. So that's awesome. And I'll be back with Silver Sunday tomorrow. So I'll see you there, where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.